There was a lot of kids born in the side of the road, right? So when a woman was having a baby, we didn't know nothing because we were fools. We were never taught. But the women would start boiling kettles of water on the fire and to tear up old white sheets. So if they ever got white sheets, they would always put away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the men would go off up to another fire. And the children would be told, go playing and don't come back till it's dark.
Yes.
Make your own entertainment. So, anyhow, you go to bed, like, and if it went on for a long time, next morning you get up.
Yeah, the baby comes.
And there'd be a baby. And we go, where was that baby? Where'd that baby come from? Got underneath a head of cabbage. So why didn't we boil in the water? And so, no, we didn't know. But you see, everything has to be clean for the baby when the baby comes.
That's right.
That's what you were told, right?
Of course.
But no, we weren't allowed to know anything like that.
Yeah.
And then the poor man. And the next morning, that woman would have to get up and go begging if she had children.
There were hard times as well, Annie.
She'd have to get up and go off begging.
Like
only after having the baby.
I always thought about it, right? And we're here today, right? And this is lovely because we have to go back.
Yes.
It had to be hardship. And nobody can tell me any different in the winter months.
There was. But well, I tell you, you see, it didn't bother you. Because that was your lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
I remember we get up in the morning, we'd wash ourselves with the snow, a bit of height to the ground, and we'd wash ourselves with the snow, or wash ourselves with ice.
Yeah.
We'd go with a big old basin, Joe's one of them there, and fill it up with water, sunlight's up,
Yeah.
ashes for your teeth. And that was our life, but we were happy. You see, I can't describe to ye the happiness that was in it. We were free people, Charlie.
Yeah.
There was no boundaries.
Yeah.
Like we got up, we travelled from town to town, from camp to camp. We were free, we were healthy, we were a proper community.
Yeah.
The loyalty
To one another, yeah.
Like your father mother now would be my father mother and every child here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's the way it was. We took care of each other. And it was like,
They're all going to pick it up.
Pick it up.
So how long are you doing this? Since you're about 12?
Well, I started off when I was about 12 or 13. And then when I was 16, I got married.
Yeah, Alice.
I went to England. And I didn't do it for 40 years.
Yeah.
I only started that back about 20 years ago.
Find a dry spot.
Would you like me to make your
The bright lights of the city are a pretty sight to see. Perhaps they're extra pretty for a country girl like me. Temptation lies in whatever words, and it won't let me be. So mama, when you pray tonight, say a special prayer for me.
I travelled all my life. I started making flowers about 9 years ago. My mother used to sit around the fire doing this.
Yeah.
And we used to have horses years ago. And my daddy wouldn't let us mess around with the horses. He was very strict. My mother said, you help me make the flowers, and we get down the road, you can ride the horse's cart. So I sit there and help her to make the flowers. And when we got down the road the next day at 7, she let me ride in the horse's cart. So every time she's making the flowers.
You'd be doing it.
Yeah.
He used to box.
He used to do the one thing.
Now he's at the moment he's just doing what he's doing up at the moment. He's just helping train lads, coach and stuff. The lads like him because he gives the lads, he puts the lads through the paces. Everyone does well. I tell you something.
Take a picture of that.
That makes them progress. I didn't want to be jealous.
Do you know something? It was when Lord Mercy, my aunt used to talk about it. She said, I can't think of it.
From the Bible, she had read about a coat of many colors, throws of war, and then she said, perhaps that coat would bring you good luck and happiness. I just couldn't wait to wear it. My mama blessed it with a kiss. My coat of many colors that my mama made. Running, Seamus gender, Henry said it's John. With their magic neat, they made letters, the band, the back, big Tom. On the road at 66, the Dublin didn't know. It was arranged by our team. The month, but over time, my wishes heart became to find that it's not always easy to leave those you love behind. Oh, so the streets in my windows, they went and kept me on my toes. And so I see my new fortress was precious me to hold. So I set my sights on a life to live run city where those trees of promise grew. And the brightest light led the path to my ambition. But those trees of promise made the gate
Hang on, I get this ball here. You go on, you finish it. I'll cut the handle up here a bit. Halfway there now. Put that one nice and easy.
You didn't know, because when I got married, I went back to the side of the road. It didn't bother me.
Yeah.
But then I knew there was nowhere to settle, so I had no choice. Then to start building sites. The site wasn't the same, Kathleen.
No.
Because you were in that permanent place and you weren't allowed to travel.
Yeah.
So then I said, you're as well off to be in a house than to be in a site. So I think I can see it in the children today, the grandchildren, that you'll never take it away from us.
And go back on the road with your wagon. I wouldn't live there. If I never had a wagon, I'd make a tent. I would give up my house like that. And I would be back on the side of the road. Because of my love for the side of the road and any old travellers, I don't care.
You'd also be divorced because your husband would have the house
that
and
might be a good thing. That'll be one way of getting rid of him. But you know, and my office said to my chin up, would you really go on back on the road, ma'am? I said, yeah, I would. And then I said, you don't know, I said, you don't understand what's in my heart. I said,
Yeah.
I long for the side of the road and I'm getting upset now, but I do.
Oh, don't get upset now.
The freedom of it, innit? Yeah.
Your heart. So your house now where your heart is.
No matter how you dress yourself up, no matter how you water yourself down, you're always going to be to travel.